Beautiful souls, let's begin today's practice in child's pose or balasana, allowing your arms to airplane down by your sides as your forehead gently rests on your mat. Option to add props such as a blanket, stacked pillows, blocks, or a bolster beneath your glutes so that you feel more supported here. Go ahead and let a soft smile come across your face for embarking on this 5-day yoga challenge, or for showing up specifically for this class to love on your inner child and heal your feminine chi. Now use both hands to frame your face and gently bring yourself up to a seated position, finding a long spine. I have to say today's class is a little bit different. I am usually flowing and doing the audio in real time as I do the class with you. But today I am loving my inner child by taking a rest day as I am very under the weather. So instead you get the sound of my lovely voice as I talk over an oldie but goodie for a private client. So go ahead and swim the arms behind your back, interlacing the fingers. You can square off the wrists or allow the palms to touch depending on how open you are in your chest. Be mindful not to dump into the lower back. Let the chin tuck back slightly and then allow your gaze to come down towards your lap. Just breathing here. And on your next inhale, begin to lift the gaze towards the sky, using your nose as if it's carving a line in front of you, really opening through the chest and the collarbones, and then bringing the gaze back to neutral. Release the interlacing of your fingers, take a few shoulder rolls, and find that comfortable seated position for you now. Begin to roll the shoulders one at a time. Today we're finding that playful, dancy type of flow, so really moving at your own pace, making this flow yours. Maybe you begin to lift the elbows even more as you roll the shoulders back, feeling the scapula gliding down the back towards the tailbone. Staying lifted through the chest, long through the spine, and finding play within this movement. Maybe you take your gaze down and begin to roll the shoulders now in the opposite direction, rolling them forward one at a time, really exaggerating that movement, allowing the shoulder to come up high towards the ear, finding play and fluidity as if water is gliding down from your shoulders, past your triceps and biceps, down through your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, your palms, and exiting out through the fingertips. Now we'll take 3 rounds of seated cat-cow. Inhaling as you open the chest, gaze goes up. Exhaling as you round the spine, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. Inhale as you open, finding space and length. Exhale as you slowly round, showing your spine the mobility that it deserves. Inhale once more, opening, and exhale as you round. Coming back gently now to a neutral spine, let us find tabletop position on our mats, but feel free to grab a sip of water here if you need it. Grab a blanket or pillows for beneath the knees, pause the video if you need to. And let us take this moment here to set an intention, an affirmation for the remainder of our Dancer Playful flow. And the affirmation I created today was, I am free to be me. I am loved. Feel free to take that one as you find tabletop on your mat. Go ahead and tuck the toes, floating the knees just a few inches off of your mat. You know that I love this fiery pose to create heat within the body in a shorter flow. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, send the hips high, heels down for downward facing dog. Finding any feel-good movement within your body here. And then go ahead and root down through your left heel. Inhale as you send the right toes up towards the sky for three-legged dog. Exhale, rounding knee into the nose as you step the right foot through. Arms come up for high lunge crescent pose. Go ahead and spin the back left foot at about 45 degrees, coming into your Virabhadrasana 1. Front right knee is over the ankle, and now we split the air. Right fingertips lead as we set our dristi over the front right fingertips. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reversing your warrior. Inhale back to Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale, cartwheel the hands, frame the foot, and step back into your downward facing dog. Neck and head hang heavy as you walk your dog. This time, grounding through the right foot. Inhale, send the left leg high for three-legged dog. Exhaling as you round your knee towards your chest to step the left foot through. Arms sweep up, left knee over left ankle for high lunge crescent pose. Spinning the back right heel at 45 degrees, coming into your warrior 1. Feeling everywhere you're supported. And go ahead and split the air now, coming into your warrior 2. Dristi set over the front left middle finger this time. Head over heart, heart over pelvis. Inhale. Exhale, reversing your warrior. Inhaling back to Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale as you cartwheel, framing the left foot, stepping back for downward facing dog. Inhale, bend into both knees, look forward. Exhale, walk your feet one at a time towards the top of your mat. Inhale as you find a halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, soft knees as you forward fold. Go ahead and grab opposite elbows now here for ragdoll pose. Letting neck and head hang heavy. Jaw is loose and relaxed. Maybe finding some slight movement, shoulder rolls if that feels good within your neck and your spine. Or maybe you gently sway side to side. Releasing the fingertips from the elbows, generously bend into the knees as you inhale, root to rise, palms reach up. Exhale, palms meet at heart center, Samastiti. Absolutely amazing work. Pause the video here and grab a block or a few books as we get into our deeper postures such as dancer. Then go ahead and meet me at the top of your mat, rooted and strong through the right foot. We'll inhale, left knee comes in towards the chest. Interlacing the fingers around your left shin or knee as you hug it in deeper. Rooted through the right big toe. If you'd like an extra layer of challenge, you might try to extend the right fingertips behind you as the thumb points up towards the sky. You may even try to take your focal point back towards the thumb. If not, to keep this more beginner level, keep your dristi on a fixated point in front of you, maybe just leaving both fingers interlaced around the shin. Both are great for creating stability and balance. Now release the left shin. Don't let the foot touch as you step it back into your high lunge crescent pose. Take a nice long inhale. As you exhale, fold to frame, planting the right fingertips on your mat in front of you. And step forward as you float the left toes off of your mat for a standing split, keeping a generous bend in your right standing knee. Now, if you have a block here, a modification for Ardha Chandrasana or half moon is to bring the block to the inside of your right foot for support. If you're more advanced, you might reach the fingertips down towards the mat or allow them to free float as you find this beautiful half moon pose, really working through the left hip and glute, keeping a dorsal flexion within the left toes, and of course, not forgetting to breathe. Now for a bit of challenge here, we're going to do 4 rounds of exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, send it back to half moon. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, half moon. Exhale, elbow to knee. Don't forget to smile. Laugh at yourself if you're a little wobbly. Last one, you've got this. And with ease, bring the left fingertips to relax back to that standing split. And without slingshotting, gently bring the left toes down to meet the right. Inhale as you bend into the knees, root to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Absolutely amazing work. Your inner child would be so proud. And now taking our playful transitions over to the other side, inhaling as you lift the right knee in towards your chest. Option to keep both hands interlaced around the right shin, or for that added challenge, reaching the left arm behind you and trying to bring your focal point towards the left thumb. It is much easier to balance when we keep our gaze on one fixated point. Bringing your gaze back to neutral, right knee floating high. See if you can't step the right toes behind you without them scuffing on the mat. Nice and fluid, finding your high lunge or crescent pose, finding stability through the front left foot as well as the back right toes, squaring the hips towards the front of the room and feeling that stretch within your hip flexor and psoas. Inhale as you sweep the arms up towards the sky. And exhale, fold as you push off the back right toes and float them towards the sky for standing split. Fingertips find the mat. Maybe you find your block if needed, and begin to open up the right palm towards the ceiling for Ardha Chandrasana. Keeping the right toes flexed, finding length through the spine, neck is long. And when you're ready, you know where we're headed. Inhale, finding length as you reach overhead. Exhale, rounding right elbow to right knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Nice and strong. Inhale, reach, you beautiful goddess. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. Really strong here. Last one, exhale, round. Smile at all of the hard work you're doing for yourself today. Spin the right hip towards the mat, fingertips find the mat in front of you. Last standing split here, and then bring the right toes to meet the left. Bend into the knees, inhale, root to rise. Exhale, Samastiti. Your inner child would be so proud of you for making it through this strong dancer flow today. We only have one posture left before we begin to cool down, and it is the peak posture that you have worked for all day today. Natarajasana, aka dancer's pose. Feel free to bring your block to the tallest height right at the top of your mat so that you have something to fold towards. Now coming to the top of your mat, we're going to get strong through our right big toe, our rooted standing leg. And with our spine long, we're going to reach our left heel in towards our glute, grasping our inside of our left foot with our left hand. Some people prefer the outside. See what feels best within your shoulder, within your rotator cuff. I prefer grabbing the inner arch of my left foot with an external rotation of my left arm. Think we want to be open through the chest, stable through the right big toe, keeping a gentle micro bend through that right knee to protect it. Inhale as you reach the right fingertips out in front of you, really bending into the right knee here. As you begin to press the left top of the foot into the palm. If you feel comfortable to do so, you can tip forward, finding your block or your mat, feeling a nice stretch through the right hamstring as well as the left hip, quad, not forgetting to breathe. And then gently releasing the left foot from the left hand, letting it come in contact with the right foot and gently rolling up through the spine. Absolutely beautiful work. This is a great way to set the precedent for tomorrow's open heart, better posture, day 4 of the 5-day Heal Your Feminine Chi Yoga Challenge. Now let's bring it over to the other side. And go ahead and get strong and rooted through the left big toe as the inner arch of the right foot meets the right palm. Inhale, bending into the left knee, left fingertips reach up and out, and start to really press the top of the right foot into the right palm. And you can tip forward here, finding a nice deep stretch in the left hamstring. Noticing that you may be more flexible on one side, as I am here. On your next exhale, gently release the right foot. Don't slingshot it as I did. Allow it to meet the left, bend into the knees as you roll up vertebra by vertebra, rolling the wrists and allowing the head to be the very last thing to come up. You did it. You made it through the heat, strength portion of this playful, love your inner child dancer flow. I do encourage you to stick around for these cool down stretches and savasana, as the rest and stretch is just as important as the play and the strength. And we're going to find malasana, or the yogi squat, option to bring a block or bolster underneath the glutes to really find length through the spine, allowing the elbows to gently pry the knees open. And we'll be here for a few rounds of breath, so make this posture as comfortable as possible. Palms to touch, pressing into one another. Maybe you reverse your prayer to really open through the collarbones and find a different stretch. Inhaling as you find length. Exhaling as you find softness. If you find malasana to be incredibly difficult or just too deep of a stretch, another great option is to lift the heels by using a wedge or stacking books beneath the heels to lift yourself up and take a lot of the pressure out of the knees and into the hips where it belongs. Finding softness as you take a few more rounds of breath here. Maybe you let the palms fall to the mat in front of you, neck and head hanging heavy. Deep inhale and exhale. Slowly begin to walk the hands back in, and roll up through the spine, finding a comfortable seat on your mat, legs extended out long in front of you, moving each glute away from your sit bones, pointing the toes or finding that dorsal flexion, whatever feels best in your dancer goddess body today. Referring back to our affirmation for today's practice, I am free to be me. I am loved. Noticing how different you feel in your body now than when you first showed up on your mat. Let's inhale now, long spine as we reach the palms up. Exhale, gently folding, creating a bend in the knees if needed. If you can reach the feet, use your thumbs to press the big toes forward as you peel the outer edges of the feet back towards you. And just softening through the body, allowing even the muscles in your face to begin to relax. Option to let the arms fall down by your sides, neck and head hanging heavy. And slowly beginning to roll up through the spine, and then making your way onto your back. Taking your time, tailbone is flat to the mat, feet come to the outer edges of your mat. Taking a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, letting both knees fall over to the left, really scooping your tailbone up towards the ceiling here, inhaling back to center, and as you exhale, the knees windshield wiper over to the right. It's a great one for hip mobility, especially in a seated position. But this is more of restorative because you've done the hard work and you deserve it. Go ahead and bring the knees back into center. Inhale as you float them off the mat and give yourself a nice big hug around the shins for showing up. Rocking gently side to side, massaging the low back. Option to create small circles with the knees to really massage into the sacrum. Or you can find complete stillness. Take a deep inhale, releasing the knees, and as you exhale, stacking the knees, allow them both to fall towards the left. Taking your gaze over to the right fingertips as you tee the arms or cactus them. Finding a nice supine twist here. Option to add a pillow between the knees for added support if this is too deep of a stretch. Inhaling as you find length. Exhaling as you find softness. Inhale the knees and the gaze back through to center. And this time, exhale, stacking the knees, allowing them to fall to the right as your gaze goes opposite towards those left fingertips. Trying to keep your shoulder and shoulder blades as flat to the mat as possible for the deepest, yummiest stretch. Inhale, knees come back to center. Exhale, extending one leg at a time out long. Arms come down by your sides, palms facing up as the feet fall apart for Savasana. Feel free to stay here as long as needed. Thank you for practicing with me today. I look forward to seeing you back tomorrow for day 4. Namaste.